Those who are in Christ will receive God's salvation. In these last days, how can a person receive God's salvation? Many people believe that they can be saved through good works, religious devotion, or human knowledge. However, the Bible clearly teaches that salvation is by God's grace through faith. True faith, however, is not merely a verbal confession. It is demonstrated through a continual obedience to God's commands. As a person faithfully obeys God, he is united with Christ, and Christ comes to dwell within his heart. When a person loves the Lord and keeps his word, he abides in Christ and enjoys the abundant salvation and life that God has prepared for him. Ephesians 2:8-9. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one may boast. How then is faith manifested in a person's life? 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourselves to see whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves. Do you not realize that Jesus Christ is in you, unless indeed you fail to meet the test? From this passage, we learn that those who have faith in God have Christ dwelling within them. The indwelling Christ is the evidence of genuine faith. Only those in whom Christ lives can truly be said to have faith in God and receive his salvation. Ephesians 2:7. So that in the coming ages he might show the immeasurable riches of his grace and kindness toward us in Christ Jesus. Ephesians 2:10. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand, that we should walk in them. These verses reveal that a person must be in Christ Jesus in order to receive God's salvation. The question then becomes, how can a person be in Christ? John 14:23. Jesus answered, If anyone loves me, he will keep my word, and my Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our home with him. This passage teaches that a person abides in Christ by obeying the words of Jesus. Only those who abide in Christ are truly in Christ. Those who are in Christ demonstrate genuine faith in God and receive his saving grace. Conclusion. The scriptures clearly teach that salvation is entirely a gift of God's grace. No one can earn it through personal merit, human effort, or religious achievements. Nevertheless, the genuine faith that God grants produces a living union with Christ, resulting in Christ dwelling within the believer. Jesus himself declared that those who love him will keep his word, and both the Father and the Son will make their dwelling with them. Therefore, abiding in Christ is not merely a theological concept or a verbal profession. It is a living relationship with the Lord, expressed through wholehearted obedience to his teachings. When a person continually follows the words of Jesus and lives in Christ, he demonstrates the reality of his faith and receives the eternal salvation, life, and glory that God has promised. May we abide in Christ every day, walking faithfully in his truth until the day we see him face to face. Amen.